Alright, we're recording. Alright. Last week, you guys did some shopping. You did some negotiating. You did some arson. Minor arson. Um, so what's now? What do you guys want to do? You
That
have...
was a distraction fire, not arson.
that doesn't make it not arson, I don't think.
The house didn't catch on fire, so it's not arson.
I mean...
If it doesn't spread...
I'm not going to Google the definition of arson, but...
I didn't do it for fun.
This was tactical
Does there
work
have
in
to
the
be
name
like
of
a
the
sexual
crown.
fetish component to it?
So in our eyes, it's not arson. In the eyes of these people
I'll tell
in
you
this
why
town,
it's not.
it might be arson.
I'll tell you why it's not arson, because it's a criminal act and you haven't been charged with it yet. Moving on.
No.
Okay.
I mean, if you're invisible, are you technically present to be indicted for arson?
Look, they can't tie it to you, so you're in the clear. Okay, yeah. So you guys were at the magic shop. I don't know that you've really reconvened, but you got some cool stuff. Mostly John got cool stuff. Like I said, I still think
Thank
it was
you
a smart
guys
move.
so much.
John owes you.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you guys want to, but I was thinking about it while I was re-listening to some stuff just to make sure I have my ducks in a row. If you guys want to, I don't care if one person wants to track the gold. Go for it. You guys figure that out yourselves. And I'm okay with like if John's tracking it and you guys have 600 gold, it can always be divided evenly. But that way you at least have a total. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't care. You guys figure that shit out, and then tell me what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
What you want?
I'm
though?
down for whatever you guys want to do as
Well,
far as
you don't
gold.
have
You
it-
want to track it solo, or
You
do you
guys
want
each
to
have
track
5 gold apiece right now, so it's
Hey,
not.
hey, John, could you track our gold for us?
It's pretty easy.
it? Maybe.
I mean, I would appreciate it.
John's always gonna have it like 15 short, and he's just gonna have some extra on his person. I think.
Yes. One
So-
for us, 1, 2 for him.
Right. I always love that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get to decide how the percentages that gets divvied out if I'm the banker, and I get an extra cut for being the banker. It happens to be it's a small cut.
It
like
happens to be
25%.
half the total. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's 25% of the total. Not half. I'm
Uh,
not greedy. And then I get 25% of the fund.
Yeah.
Well, 33%.
All right.
So
So what's up? What we doing?
maths. We
I
got
figure
33 and
I
a
was-
third percent chance. Samoa Joe's a fat son of a bitch.
Motherfucker. Okay. Stop stalling. It's probably about midday, I think. Yeah.
What do you guys want to do next? We've reconvened.
Yeah, you
Boz,
guys are
did you
together.
show us? Did you show us the warrant
Yes.
or like flash?
But I
it to
did.
us?
I just did.
He
Okay.
did it.
So-
I did the thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to go ahead and go? Should we go like just barge into this guy's house before he's even had a chance to figure anything out? Act like we found the letter
Oh, most
that
definitely.
Austin found, and
I
then
don't-
see what else we can find.
Have we even met up yet?
Yeah, you guys were at the
Yes.
magic store buying.
Yeah, we
stuff
all
when
met back
left.
up together and went magic item shopping.
Boz just showed you that he got or Braddock showed you he got his warrant. I
Why
don't
do
know
you
if
think-
you guys know that Austin has
Do you
that
show
letter
us
yet.
the letter?
I don't. If we would have had time to had some privacy, I would have told you guys. I cased the house. This is what I found. I don't really think there's anything more, but there could be.
Pause for a second.
I mean-
you are with the sheriff, so if you don't want to tell them that right now,
But there are aisles in a store. He could like walk down with one of us, and he
Sure.
could spread the info between us if he wants to.
or you can just fucking be like, hey, we're gonna go get lunch. We'll meet you back. Like that's also cool. He has no
Yeah.
objections to that. But whatever you guys want to do. If you want to tell the
It's
sheriff,
up to Nitsua.
if you want to tell the sheriff to politely fuck off, he'll fuck off.
Okay.
So he fucks off,
Yes.
and the shopkeep goes back to the back room.
Yeah, we would have found, in that sense, then yeah, we would have found a way to get a loan to get everyone like.
We need to discuss the case. Yeah.
Like there's. Yeah,
Yeah.
I tell them. I would let them know.
What'd you find, Nitsua?
Well, I'm not quite sure what to make of it. Ace, what do you think? And I hand him the letter.
Seems to be someone is in cahoots with someone else. Reddick?
Yeah, cahoots.
So much
Well,
good.
Plus, I got this cool warrant.
This completely now unnecessary warrant.
Like the band?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he has a terrible rat problem.
You hear
RAAT.
You hear a vendor outside. You hear a vendor outside say, "Pies,
killed with
cherry
poison."
pies for sale." That's the only warrant joke I can make.
Yeah. She's a cool drink of water.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Yep. I have no NPCs here to fuck with you guys, so go ahead.
Now we can go into the house and find the letter legally.
And we can also see, we can see what else is in the house. Like, were there rooms that you didn't get a chance to check?
Sure.
We could
me on
search
fire.
the whole house top to bottom.
Yeah. Now that we have it, but it was nice to get in there. And,
But it's good to know that he is definitely worth executing this warrant for.
Definitely.
I will say this: before the sheriff fucked off, he would have told you that if you're going to go execute this warrant and do your search, he
Have
wants
him with
to
us.
wants to go with you.
Yeah.
And like,
Sure.
not run interference, but like he wants to issue it,
Peacekeep.
so it's got some legitimacy.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we would want to make sure that he's with us for that. We just need to talk. Because we're fucking assholes who are going to do our own thing, Sheriff. But tell us not to break into this guy's house.
He's got enough on his plate. He doesn't want this dude fucking sniffing up his crotch.
That's fine. I get it. We ain't going to get caught. We'll be fine. That would have went off without a hitch at all if he was on board the whole time.
The sheriff?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't want to deal with this fucker any more than you do.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I understand why he made that decision. I'm just saying it would have went off without a hitch if he were on board.
Sure.
Nothing important. It's bad.
So is that what you guys are wanting to do? Going to execute this warrant?
I mean, yeah, we'd go out, yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So the
Right,
sheriff's
just
just
yell at this guy.
outside. He's probably at like a fruit stand buying like an apple. He sees you guys. He's like, what's going on? What are we doing?
Well,
Where?
I mean, the nature of the warrant is that we go and we look at his house and search it.
No, all right. Well, it's over this way. I know you guys don't really know where he lives, so I'll take you over there. And he starts walking to the place that Austin has been to, and he gets to the door, and he knocks, and little bit goes by, and you hear a couple of locks click, and you say you see Otto. He opens the door, and he's pretty miffed. He's like, Sheriff, I don't really remember this fucking guy's voice, but we're gonna go with this. He's like, what is it, Sheriff? I've had a hell of a morning. And Sheriff's like, you're not gonna love this, but you don't really have much of a say in it anyway. And he hands him the warrant. He opens it up. It says, this constitute lawful search of your premises and all that bullshit, legal mumbo jumbo. And he's like, my house? What the fuck do you guys have to do in my, this is so stupid. And he's like, he throws the warrant. He like crumbles it up and he throws it towards you, like over the sheriff and like at your guys' feet. And he's like, he opens the door and he's like, make it fucking quick. I've had a hell of a morning and I don't want to deal with this. And the sheriff looks back at you like with a look saying, I told you I didn't want to fucking do this. Let's get it over with. And he like
ignores that, barges right in. Yes, let's have a look.
This guy's like,
see what you could be hiding.
This guy's like, don't fuck with any of my stuff. Just don't fuck with it. Just make sure it's all where you found it.
I will search how I have to, but I will try not to disturb your lifestyle,
The
sir.
sheriff looks at you and he goes, come on, Otto, let's go to the kitchen. You buy me a cup of tea and we'll wait this out. And
yeah, don't worry, it's not like your place can get any worse.
He's like, what did I do to this guy? And he's like, fine. Come on.
What I can tell, you're extremely racist.
How?
And it took me a while to get that paper you threw on the floor.
Yeah. He's like, just enough. Just get it over with. And yeah, so him and the sheriff go to the kitchen. He starts making tea. And you guys can go through the whole house. I think I told you it's basically the same as the orc's house, except it's got like an extra bedroom and like another room that if you guys just gonna search the whole house.
Yeah. Well, I assume Nitsu's gonna research the attic.
Yeah.
I'll check the fridge.
Would you agree,
He
Nitsu?
doesn't have a fridge.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll go and recheck the attic again.
Okay.
That way you find the letter that's already on your person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do that. You don't really find anything too interesting in the bottom floor. You pretty much went through the attic pretty stealthily, and I think you covered it all. But yeah, you found the letter. You found the sword. If you want to bring the sword down, you can. It's there for the.
Did the sewage already check the room? His room?
No, he didn't get to check
I was
like a
gonna
bedroom.
head in his bedroom.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there a basement?
No basement.
We can go together in the bedroom, Braddock.
Gross.
Don't ever say that again.
Braddock, would you like to accompany me to the boudoir?
Where's the button I click for that Pornhub intro music? That is not what Pornhub starts with. Yeah.
It depends on what porn you're watching.
So,
I like 50s TV parody porn. You got a problem with that?
So yeah, you go in his bedroom. It's nice. It's small, but it's nice. Yeah. You find very nice sheets. Like I said, this guy's probably he's one of the richer folks in town. Probably top 2, 3. He's probably now moved down a spot after you guys just unloaded a fat stack of cash on the magic shop guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's slightly less wealthy on the wealth ladder. The bedroom's nice. You see a journal on his nightstand. If you thumb through it, you see basically like day-to-day events. You see, and like probably like every like I don't know, like maybe once a week he has some sort of fucking gripe about the orc. Like, I can't believe they let him stay in this town. It's only gonna cause trouble. I don't like his face. Blah blah blah, shit like that.
Ace, could this be probable cause?
What be probable cause?
The journal, the entry.
His racist journal.
Yep.
Oh. This is definitely probable cause that he is a horrible racist. So
Well,
I
think
can
meant
prove my
motive.
point. Motive to frame our friend, yes, for certain. Bill Ventura will always solve this case. As he is a master detective, right, Braddock?
You're right, buddy.
But yeah, I wouldn't say there's too much more to find. Austin did a pretty good job of finding all the important shit. Um, what you do with it? The warrant did it did cover seizure. If you want to take the shit, you can take it. You don't have to tell him. The sheriff would have went over all this with you.
Yeah. Yeah, we're grabbing whatever you need. I'm not necessarily hiding anything I'm taking.
Yeah. So you see the sheriff. He's enjoying some tea with Otto.
Well, did we roll any checks? Can we look for any secret compartments or anything like that?
I was kind of just treating this since you have a warrant.
A warrant.
Like,
we get every.
Yeah,
we were able to find.
You fine-tooth combed it.
Got you. Okay.
I'm trying to
That's
remember.
Fine with me.
Were there footprints at all or anything like that left of the crime scenes?
There was a
We're
footprint
looking
on a
for an
windowsill.
orc boot.
That's
yes.
right.
We're looking for an orc boot.
Can we check for the closet and check any storage rooms for that?
Yes.
Yeah,
I would like to search the premises for that specifically.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't gonna make you guys roll anything because you have free reign, backed by, legal officials and all that shit. But yeah, you find the letter, you find the sword, you find his journal that's, full of racial epitaphs and whatnot.
It doesn't seem to have any specific.
Doesn't seem to have like plans to set the orc up. It's just full of fucking hate speech.
Gotcha.
So
it's him prepping speeches for the people. Basically.
Yeah, there's probably some ideas for rabble rousing. Like you see like one of the lines. It says his skin is kind of green, snot is green. Maybe there's something there, and then like he kind of like scratched through it, realizing that was a trash argument. And then he's like, and then he writes under that vomit ? And crosses through that too. Other than that, it's pretty generally racist, but you don't see anything that's like, let's fucking kill some motherfuckers and frame this guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you find
the tusk, the note how dumb they are. The bigger the tusk, the tinier their brain is.
Right. You have, like I said, you have that letter. You have the sword, which is, it very well could be the murder weapon or similar to the murder weapon, and you have this journal. I don't have anything. There's not much else. So you guys fucking covered it all. Everything else you find.
Does the murder weapon have blood on it?
No, it was just really nicely, like I said, the scabbard was pretty ornate, the handle was pretty good. You can tell it's a good sword.
But we don't know that it's the murder weapon.
There's no signs that it is the murder weapon aside from it's about the same size. Roughly, could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a short sword, maybe a long sword to a halfling. Especially one that doesn't really know how to wield a sword. But yeah, everything else you find day-to-day shit, but none of it's really interesting enough to mention for this game.
Okay.
But if you want to rifle through his shit and just take some stuff and say it's fucking evidence, fucking go for it. I'm gonna
ask him about the letter and try.
I want to take all of his left shoes.
Okay.
At some point, I would find Ace and ask him to do the spell to see if this guy was possessed at all or is currently possessed.
The currently possessed one, that would be Boz. Reddick.
Yeah.
He can cast protection from good and evil and drive this thing out of him.
He would have tried to get both of y'all's attention and to ask Boz Raddick to check this guy out.
Boz Raddick.
Raddick.
Yeah.
What about
Raddick.
And then he mentioned to Ace that we should probably have this guy brought in for questioning in the interrogation room later. We shouldn't ask him questions here, I don't think.
Should we maybe have the sergeant look at the letter and see if he knows who these initials belong to?
It's a good idea. Let's Get the.
Maybe we pull him aside, talk to him, and then we'll take the suspect in if necessary.
I think we should take him in anyways because he's an asshole.
But the letter will calm the sergeant's nerves and taking him in. I'm perfectly fine with taking him in and worse, but I don't believe that's how they rule their land here.
I think that's a good idea. We can still take him in anyways, or burn his house down later, or whatever. You know, we'll see how it goes.
I am a machine gun now, so we can blow his head off. Like, just all over the wall. As he holds up his wand with his new shiny gloves.
Easy there, little buddy.
Ace has just gone power mad. He's not used to being able to fuck shit up this hard.
he's like, because he realizes he's probably fucked around with his stuff in the past couple days, like on his free time or something.
He's seen
in the lamp, like shooting shit at the ceiling.
He's seen Braddock and Mitsua deal out some pretty heavy damage. He's like, fuck this. Now it's my turn. I am the one who knocks. Type shit. Fucking.
Can I kick this door down, Braddock? Splinters.
Yeah, we asked the sheriff.
He just puts his foot up to it and then just casts Eldritch Blast to make him look like he kicked shit.
Sorry, Mitsua.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I can
bring him over.
Yeah.
So are you
Sheriff?
Calling the sheriff? Okay, so
Sheriff, we need to speak with you.
He comes in. You hear him say, "Don't go anywhere, Otto. It's just sit tight. I'm sure this all will be over shortly." And he walks into the room you guys are in. Like, what's up?
And we show him the letter. We found this.
He takes a minute to peruse it. And like as he's reading it, you see his face you see some concern grow in his face, and he's like, "Wow." He's like, "Oh, I did not expect this. I mean, I knew he was an asshole. I just didn't expect this kind of hate."
Well, I have a whole book of hate over here.
He looks through that and
double down on that.
He kind of looks through that and he's like, Jesus Christ, this guy never fucking hurt anybody. He just wasn't friendly. He's like, anyway, there's only one guy in town with that fucking initials. He's like, it's the Butcher. That's not like a nickname. That's just his profession. I can take you there. We can go talk to him. Let me just tell Otto we're done here, and we'll head over.
Should we take him in?
You want to take him in?
I believe Your Majesty felt we should question him.
He's like,
well, you know who he is, and you know who the. If we didn't know who the initials belonged to, and we had to get it out of them, then maybe. And we can always bring him in later for questioning if we need to. At the sheriff's
That's
discretion.
up to you guys. Just let me know what you want to do.
No, I don't think we need to take him in. We can always kick his teeth in later if we need to.
So we're gonna let him chill here.
Sure, we'll let him put his house back together and go talk to the butcher.
He's like, okay. He goes, yeah, give me a second. And he's like, you hear him from the other room. He's like, all right, Otto. Sorry to bother you. We're all done here. We're gonna clear out. He's like, just don't go anywhere. You know, it's not gonna be a good look if you just all of a sudden clear town. He's like, you hear him go, why would I clear out of town? I don't have anything to hide. And he's like, yeah, right, all right. He's like, I'm just covering my bases. And he's like, all right, and enjoy the rest of your day. He's like, you hear him yell from him. He's like, you motherfuckers better not have touched any of my stuff. Now get the hell out.
And on the way out is knock over some books.
You totally suck.
He's like, yeah, I learned from your mom. Boz, did you take all his left shoes?
As many as I could, for examination.
He only has like 4 pairs of shoes, and they're very small, so yeah, you can do that. Those will fit in a backpack.
Sweet.
He's like,
Ace is like that. That doesn't sit well with him.
okay,
A statement about his mom.
okay,
So Ace fucking transforms with this guy's self into like a tiefling,
okay,
and he walks over to him with smoke billowing from both hands with prestidigitation from his new shiny gloves. And he says, if you ever speak of my mother again, I will have your soul. And sparks shoot from his fingers.
all right.
And he walks out the door
You want
as
to
his
roll?
cape like
Do you want to like
billows.
roll me an intimidation check?
Yeah,
Okay,
I can do
Yeah,
that.
you roll with advantage.
Okay. That is a 20, dirty 20.
All right, he's like, you see him just kind of like back up into a corner. He doesn't say shit. Roll me a perception check.
Perception. That's an 8.
Okay, you don't see anything. What you don't see is that he started to pee a little bit. But you don't see that.
Cool.
So he, the sheriff kind of like steps in and like puts a hand on your chest. He looks at it. He like puts a hand on your chest. He looks at Otto. He's like, Otto is uncalled for. He's like, come on, let's get out of here. We've done enough. Let's go. And he kind of like tries to just gently usher you away.
Ace goes back to like his normal Ace get up, and he's like, I'm sorry, that was a soft spot. I apologize. That was uncalled for.
Sheriff's like,
It's okay, buddy. I look at Otto. I was like, you know, the funny thing is, he's the one of us that's not pissed off.
Well, and Ace doesn't necessarily like. That's not common for him to recognize where he messed up.
Boz, roll me a perception check since you walked in the room.
11.
You do notice the pee. So, you don't have to comment on it, but you're more than free to. It's just a little. It's like a little. It's probably like a quarter-sized pee stain. It's
or
like
quarter size of a person.
He like started to pee and then he like realized and he just kind of fucking tried to snap it off. Not his dick, like snap off the pee stream. But yeah, the sheriff's like, all right, let's keep it moving. Otto, don't go anywhere.
No, he already went on the floor.
I was thinking, what spells do I have to scare the piss out of this guy? And I was like, ooh, I can put these together.
The sheriff
it won't cost me shit.
The sheriff goes and he grabs like a dish towel from the sink and he like kind of tosses it at Otto. He goes, go clean yourself up, man. He's like,
you're bleeding.
Right, wipe the stuff off you bleeding.
I want to ask the sheriff if Otto's mom is still alive.
He's like, do you like whisper this to him?
No, not really.
Oh, he's like, Otto's still pretty shocked. He's like, no, she passed away a couple decades ago. He's like an older guy, so it's not. It probably wouldn't surprise you.
Sure.
He's like, well, are we done here? You know.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. He's like, all right. Right this way, boys. He's like, Otto, like I said, try and enjoy the rest of your day. Maybe go change your pants. And he leads you guys out. So you guys are, outside the house. Everybody roll me a perception check.
23.
7.
So you, Boz, you
Austin
hear...
can get much better than me.
You, what did Austin roll?
Well,
no, so only Braddock hears this, which is kind of perfect. You hear like some rummaging, and he's like, you hear, fuck, the left ones? What the fuck? and yeah. That's,
and then you hear me go,
let's see. He
I'll be right back, guys.
all right. He does hear that, and he's like, you see, you see like a couple of right shoes just fucking go out the window, like basically like like I don't fucking need these anymore. It's like what good is a right shoe without a left shoe?
I take
AIDS
the right
gets a
one and leave
chance.
the left one.
You do what?
Just to be a dick, I take the right ones now and leave the left ones.
Do you just like toss them back in the window?
Yeah. Oh, here you
AIDS
go.
wants to shoot one on the
You,
way outside the window. Just
Okay,
unload on one of them.
roll me a perception check when you do this.
Me?
No, Boz.
12.
Buzz. Oh,
12?
go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sees you toss the right ones in, and he looks at you, and he's like starting to choke up, and he's like, it's like a, God, can you just fucking leave me alone already? Not to say this guy doesn't fucking deserve it. I'm loving all of this, but
Yes.
I
Torture
unfortunately
the
have to
fucking
play the
horrible
bad
racists.
guys too.
Yeah.
The sheriff looks at you and he's like, come on, man. He's laughing, but he's like, come on, he's had enough. Come on.
Hey, that night we saw him out in the street where he wanted to have a posse or whatever the fuck. What weapon was he holding?
You saw a lot of pitchforks. I don't know if I said that he had a weapon.
Okay, if it's a pitchfork.
No, like other people in the mob had pitchforks.
Okay, if he had, damn, I was hoping he had a pitchfork.
I think he just had a torch and was
Yeah,
like leading with the speech.
Okay.
I don't.
Because if he had a pitchfork, I was hoping I'd run into it and break it on the outside.
No, I mean you see some pitchfork, like his neighbor might have one, but
We have his sword.
he had a torch, and nobody really made any checks, and I also didn't say, so I'm gonna say you don't remember if he had his sword on him.
That's fair.
Before you guys leave, no, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I don't know what the new plan is. Is the next plan to? What do you think the next plan is?
To go talk to OW,
Okay.
the butcher.
Yeah, the sheriff fills you in. He gives you this guy's name.
Right, Braddock?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I assumed.
That's, I mean,
Yeah. No, that's fine. He tells you
we've
that.
now got some leads outside of this orc that seems very obviously set up, but there's a good chance this has been somebody right in front of our face all along, too.
Yeah, he tells you,
You
the
know.
guy's name was Olduff Whitbottom. It's like Olduff. His name's Olduff.
Hold up.
Nice. I don't have any good meat words that work there. Yeah. So he's like, he tells you where the butcher is. If you guys want to wait for Austin to get back, that's cool too.
I'm back.
Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't on that screen. Austin, I told them the OW stood for Old Duff Whip Bottom. He tells you he's the butcher. He's like 40 years old in human years. And yeah, he tells you where to go. He's like, he's 3 doors to the left of the magic shop. So right this way. And he leads you there. And you're at the door. Sheriff knocks, and he's like, you hear, fucking store's open, what are you knocking for? And Sheriff's like, God damn it, this motherfucker. And he walks in, he's like, hey, Old Duff, sorry to bother you. I know it's business hours, and but we need to ask you some questions. The sheriff like locks the door, and he flips like the open sign to close. And he's like, Old Duff's like, the fuck? Why are you cutting into my business? And he's like,
Casey's gonna slam that letter on the counter.
he's like chopping like pork bones apart, and he sees the letter. He's like, yeah. So, What?
What exactly?
Oh, I'm sorry, you can't read. Ace, go ahead and read this for him.
It's like I can read.
Well, it
I wrote
says
the damn
you
thing.
are colluding with another halfling to very possibly frame someone in this town. Maybe you should explain yourself and the letter.
He says, no, evidently you're the one who can't read. All I said was, I'm not going down for this. Nobody in this town thinks I'm nice. Just been a butcher for all these years, and from what I hear, the cuts are pretty good. And who are they gonna look to first? The fucking guy who cuts stuff all day.
Who do you think should go down for this?
He said, whoever did it. It's not my
You
job
have
to
any
figure it
idea?
out. Why would I know? I just cut meat. I sell meat. I cook meat. You smell like ham smoking in the background.
Well, would you mind if we searched your entire place to clear you of any wrongdoing?
Do whatever you fuck you want. Just don't touch my fucking goods. I gotta make a living out here.
I would never touch your genitals. You're not my type.
He
Sure
looks at
you're
the
not.
sheriff. He's like, fuck's his deal. The sheriff's like, he's a bit eccentric, but he seems to be effective, I suppose. And the old duff's like, okay, just can you guys fucking make it quick? There's not too many
Oh,
hours
we're already
left.
gone, like searching stuff. I don't even think we're there anymore.
It's not. Well, it's
I mean,
not.
you
That,
guys can be gone, but Ace will definitely fucking talk
it's
with
not
this
that
fucker
big.
while you guys are searching the
You guys
place.
could also hear
We
all
don't
this.
have
It's
to
not that
roleplay
big a
that.
place.
Yeah.
It's got like it's got a fireplace with a spit. It's got some shelves. Like
While Ace is distracting him, I take some of the meat off the grill and eat it.
roll me a Constitution save, please.
Ooh.
Ooh. That's not good. Off
19.
the grill.
Okay, you're fine. You taste it, and it is undercooked pork. It's just not done yet. He wasn't trying to poison you, but you right now you're fine. You don't throw up or anything.
Nah, I'll spit it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you taste it, and it's not good. You don't
You hear
throw
in the
up.
background, do better.
You can't cook it fast. It doesn't get tender that way. You just came in here and took stuff. Like you should probably do a little better too. Can't you tell?
Does he have it upstairs or downstairs?
No, it's
Radek, I like being on your side, but this time I don't think I can.
Austin. Where are
short
you
man
looking?
is
Are you
right.
like in the back?
Yeah, I'd probably start.
Okay. So in the back, you see a fucking plethora of different sharp objects, just like you would in a butcher shop.
Yeah.
You see
We're also
cleavers.
looking
You see knives of all different sizes. Some of them maybe just a little bigger than you would think a butcher would have, let alone a halfling butcher. But you also think that, hey, I don't know, this guy's small and he's got to fucking cut up like regular ass pigs, so maybe he just uses a bigger weapon. If you want to look at him any closer, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Sure.
Well, don't roll me an investigation check. You see blood all over the fucking place.
I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there anything that looks like any hidden compartments? Anything look out of
you
the
feel-
ordinary or out of place?
You feel all
Or
around.
giant orc boots that happen to be laying around.
No, you don't see any orc boots laying around. You see, like I said, you see a bunch of knives. You see like entrails and shit, like all in like a big barrel. You see, some stuff that's waiting to be like wrapped in paper, like maybe some sausages that he prepared. And they just haven't been wrapped up for any, but nobody's ordered them yet, so they'll, he wraps it up when they're here. They pay, and it looks pretty mundane, but it's also pretty gruesome back here.
Sure. Okay, I'd move to the next room.
Okay, there's the lobby. I don't know what the fuck, the storefront. That's the right word. Where
what is-
customers would be.
So this is basically just a butcher shop, not
Yes,
where
it's
you
not a
live?
residence. It's
Oh.
a butcher shop. and he's like,
Is there any paperwork or anywhere where he might have written down?
not back there. If you want to
Like
check,
go in the front then
yeah,
and look.
you guys, if you guys are like, if Braddock's looking around, yeah, you guys find like a ledger. You see, do you guys want to rifle through that?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, so you start rifling through it. He goes, "Is there anything I can help you find so we can move this along?"
I ignore him completely. And keep looking.
So you see like transactions. It's kind of split into two halves. It's like daily sales, and then you see like in the back is kind of more like a long-term accounting, like like deposits, withdrawals, shit like that. Seems like the guy lives pretty meagerly. I mean, he's a butcher. He makes an honest living cutting meat, but he's not rolling in the dough, right? You see,
Well, no, he's rolling in meat, right?
that's right. Yeah, the baker would have been the one rolling in the dough, but she's
Awesome.
dead. Yeah, nothing really of note. Is there any questions you want to ask this guy?
I,
He's like, he keeps chopping stuff, and he's like, I don't know why the fuck you guys are here. You already know where the hell you should be.
What hand is he chopping with?
Tis right hand.
Okay. We did determine it was right-handed, right? The person he killed.
Sure.
Okay.
I think you did say we were able to determine the handedness.
It's the same.
Okay.
Let's just say I said it was right-handed, and now it's right-handed, and he's also right-handed.
That is perfectly
excellent
good.
detective work.
Yeah.
We will take that.
He's like,
Why, thank you. I've been standing here talking to him, doing great detective work as always.
Right.
And
Your
he
greatest
changes into his
detective
detective
just fucking
outfit.
standing there watching
So
him
I want
cut
to
meat.
ask
Well, I'm
the
talking
guy,
to the fucking halfling just being an asshole.
I want to ask the guy. I'm going to go up to him and say, "This might seem like a strange question, but do you know who is murdering everyone around here?"
He says, I don't, but I got a pretty fucking good idea.
I
Well,
want
say
to.
racist ignorance says
I
you're
want to roll
stupid
insight
fucking
on what
friend.
he just. Okay, well that's 11.
Sorry,
I mean,
Nitsua.
No, you're fine. I mean, what were you looking to discern from that?
If he's lying, I just want to ask him point blank. Do you know?
You can't tell. I mean,
Okay, well
he's
who
pretty
do you
aggressive.
think- What?
He's pretty aggressive about it, but
Sure.
Is my divine sense still in play?
divine.
Well, he said something first. He said, "I have a good idea who did do it,"
Yeah, he
and then
said
asked
that.
him who was that?
He's like, he looks at you, kind of with the face. He doesn't say anything, but he kind of like tilts his head to the side and like looks like at the top of his eyes at you, with this look on his face that says, "Come on, man. Like, do you really have to ask?" Divine sense is action you can detect good and evil until the end of the next turn. If I go, so, you can detect good and evil, Boz?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think that this guy is like an asshole, but like good and evil in D&D isn't exactly like that.
No, I get you.
Like he's a prick. Like you've run into two
But-
assholes.
Yeah.
But like
He's not
evil,
secretly like
evil
tied
is
to a
like,
demon.
is like slaving and fucking, yeah. It's worse than just your, I mean,
Mob
it's not
boss.
necessarily worse. Yeah. He's just, you, right now you can't tell that.
Low level criminal will be chaotic good.
Yeah. He's
Your typical
more
race is
neutral.
be chaotic neutral, yeah.
Okay.
Or lawful evil,
Yeah.
maybe.
He's like, we tried to tell you boys the other day where the fuck to go, and for some reason, Otto called us off. I was ready go down there and handle business.
Yes, and you would have been wrong in your assumptions and in your bigotry. We have interviewed the individual you're talking to, and he has a good alibi. Where were you the night of the murder?
I was at my home.
Is there anyone who was there with you?
Nope, just me. Apparently, I don't have a face that women love.
Or an
Also, I
attitude.
smell like fucking pig shit all goddamn day. You try and get a girl smelling like this.
All right. Oh, I got a 13 insight for that.
Yeah, he seems to be telling the truth.
Other than trying to find out where he lives and
he
going in
says-
and
he
searching through
says-
his shit, I'm not sure what we would do next.
He says, "Okay, what's his alibi?"
I'm sorry,
His
this is
alibi is his business, which is none of yours. And
Okay, he kind of laughs. He's like, "Stellar police work."
yeah, thanks.
All right.
I apologize as the Royal Brazier for your majesty. I would like to explain. It's actually that we are currently under special investigation, which means the evidence is being obscured and procured and decured by a jury and a group of people that will decide exactly who is the right, innocent, true, non-killer and who is the real, actual, pure killer. So you'll have to just wait until the end of the procurement, molecule procedure process is over, and then we'll know who did it.
Okay, I want you to roll deception check, but I'm not really even sure you're lying there. You just said a bunch of horse shit. He's like,
I'll go with deception, but I
Yeah.
kind of want persuasion.
I mean,
It's not a good roll.
whatever.
So,
What'd you roll?
9 total with deception.
He looks confused, but he's like, whatever.
That's kind of the goal.
He's like, he's very confused. He's like, whatever. I bet. He's
I got
like, I don't know
confused,
where,
so I just kept rambling.
He's like, I don't know where you're, why you're holding him in such high esteem. I mean, from
High
the look-
esteem. He is the prince of the
Not
Shorn
him, you
Stone.
idiot. I wasn't talking about this fool. I'm talking about the other guy, the big one. And he tries to reach as high as the orc would be, but he can't because he's fucking tiny. He's like, by the looks of him, wouldn't surprise me if he came from up north. And
Ace is gonna get a foot.
Is that a
taller.
height joke, sir?
what joke? I didn't make
He
a
came
joke.
up. He came from north, up north.
No, it's the
As in tall?
direction. It's like, you know, like on a map. It's up on a map. He's confused.
There-
He doesn't understand you either.
There are orcs in the northern sector of this continent, island. I'm not exactly sure. This is a new land for us, so we're
Oh,
still
God.
discovering
You guys
ourselves.
aren't even from
there,
here.
sir.
Fucking
No.
great. He's like
I said,
Sheriff,
Your Majesty of
what
the Shorn
fuck?
Stone.
He's like,
Listen,
Sheriff, what? Seriously? These are the guys you got? God, fucking. He's like, I.
and
he's like,
Ace is
he
gonna
goes,
transform into an orc,
okay.
Nice.
and he says, "With all your hatred, because he can get a foot taller than he is, and I think I said he stands about like 5'10", 5'11".
Sure.
So, with all your hatred and all your ignorance, you hate this, so you have a problem with me now just because I look like this? Is that a problem for you?
He says, look, man. He's like, I don't give a fuck what the guy looks like. He's just not very friendly. Trust me, I know an asshole when I see one. You know the expression takes one to know one? I got no fucking problem with the orcs. It's just that this guy's a douchebag. He's new here, I don't know him, and he kinda scares me because he's very large and imposing. He could look just like you, be the same size, and I'd be just as afraid of him. He's like, Sheriff, fucking, if you don't catch this guy, you know you got no fucking job after this. And the sheriff kind of looks down. He's like, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, Mr. Whitbottom. And like, everybody roll me an insight check.
12.
18.
18 for Austin. John?
Oh, I have a disadvantage. I gotta roll twice. That's a 12.
Okay, it was DC 10. You guys see the sheriff? He's worried because what Old Duff the butcher says is it's probably not wrong. You know, if people keep dying on his watch, he's like it's not going to be good for him. And
that's why he brought us in the first place. He
has a look of real concern. He's it's not that he's losing confidence in you guys. He's just losing confidence in general. Like, there's no headway being made. But he's like, yeah. Like I said, motherfucker, that creepy bastard. He's definitely from the north. And the sheriff's like, Old Duff, you know that's just fucking old wives' tales. Don't fucking start with that bullshit. He's like, what, dude? He's like, that fucking place gives me the fucking creeps. And he's like, there's nothing up there. It's not that big a deal. And he's like, whatever you say, dude. And he kind of like turns his back and he like brings another hunk of meat and turns it, sets it on the counter in front of you and just goes back to chopping.
Then why don't you tell us, since we're not here, what exactly you think is up north? Because obviously we don't know.
There's a creepy fucking place to the north. He's like,
explain it.
Go north. You can't fucking
Ice Castle?
No. You've been to one of those
a pet cemetery? What?
He doesn't say
well, no, that's
what
I don't remember exactly the direction we traveled to for that.
You don't know what direction you traveled to because you went forward.
So
he's like
that's what I'm saying, describe it.
Yeah, I know. I was just making a meta joke. He goes, fucking Ice Castle. What the fuck are you talking about?
We discovered an ice castle on this island, continent, we're not sure. And we had to battle a dragon.
Ice castles are a thing, and they can be creepy. I don't know why you would.
It was in the mountains, frozen.
Disregard that. That's like saying, oh, you know, the town full of short people that are full of racists. Like, yeah, there things like that exist.
It's like, okay, I mean, full of racists. Whatever. It's not like we have like a fucking whatever. He's like, I don't know. He's fucking big ass hole in the rock. Fucking creepy in there. Don't ask me. I've never been there. I'm not stepping fucking foot one in that place. And the sheriff turns to you. He's like, there's a cave. All right. He's like, there's sometimes kids play in the woods. Right. They get lost. Fucking they find their way back home, or their parents find them, you know, wandering around. It's just a fucking He's like the people think that the kids get fucking taken in the cave. Everybody roll me another insight check on him. On this whole cave story.
25.
5, nice. 5.
Yeah. So, what'd you get, John?
5.
5. Okay. Nitsua,
that is terrifying.
Nice. You
sounds like fun.
You believe that you look at him and you listen to him and you can tell that he hasn't checked it out. He doesn't believe it, but it's more of a, I don't want to say this. He doesn't want to believe it because it's scary. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah. So like, he's, at the end of the day, this guy's a halfling, and he can maybe like box a little bit better than a majority of the town, but he's not like a soldier, right? He's a fucking cop, and he doesn't have like the fucking muscle to go up there and confidently investigate this thing. So he's like, yeah, I don't know. They call it the Wailing Hole. I'm not really sure what. Doesn't sound great, but could be nothing.
Huh.
He's like, I'd take you there if you think it'll be helpful. I mean, I think it'll end up being about as helpful as this old fucker over here. And he points at the butcher.
Do you have any other possible leads in town, Sergeant?
He's like, I mean, you've got this letter, you've got Otto, you've got their band of fucking miscreants, but he's like, come over here, and he kind of like takes you away, and he kind of wants to huddle up, and he's like, I hate to say it, he's like, I'm tempted to just bring the orc in for his own safety, and fucking, if you ask me, fucking Olduff is as guilty as anybody. He's my lead suspect. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, he knows how to use a blade. He's a pain in the ass. The only thing he doesn't really have is fucking motive. I mean, but I guess when you're dealing with one of the suspects was a banker, there's money, but nothing seemed to be gone. He's like, I'm at a loss, boys. He's like,
well, he could have also instructed someone else.
He's like, that's not a bad idea.
There could be multiple people involved in this kill.
He says, yeah, you're not wrong. He's like, he takes a big deep breath. He's like, I'm fucking sick and tired of people dying. I'm fucking tired of not knowing, and I'm tired of not doing my job. He's like, I'm gonna call some guys in on their day off, just to have some extra feet on the ground. He's like, it's getting to be, I don't know, mid-afternoon. He's like, sun will be setting in a couple hours. He's like, you see him like going back and forth in his head. He's trying to come up with a plan for you guys. Go ahead.
I have an idea.
Yeah?
I can ask a friend of mine if the orc can stay with them. And if so, he will be safe for the time being as we carry out the investigation.
Who's your friend?
I will have to keep that between me and my group.
Can you tell me, Adam, who you're talking about?
I'm going to ask the genie if he
The
can
genie.
stay in the lamp.
That's what I thought.
Yep. I'm going to ask the genie if he can stay in the lamp.
How long would he be able to stay in the lamp?
That would be up to the genie.
Okay.
I can stay right now. Only I can go in the lamp, but I'm gonna ask the genie if we will let him in the lamp for the duration of this investigation, so he can maintain his safety.
He's like,
and we're gonna ask the orc if he'll go hang out with the genie with a pile of weed in a lamp.
Okay. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. The sheriff's like, he's like, is it
creative solutions?
He's like, can you just not tell me because he's over there? And he like nods. He like tilts his head at the butcher. He's like, are you trying to like keep it from me? Like, I thought we were pretty tight here. He's like,
I have a personal thing about myself that I like to keep private, and this is someone in my life that I like to keep private, and they can help in certain situations, but they like to remain unknown.
He's like, you know, it's a bad look if the orc just flees town. You realize that, right? They're gonna turn bloodthirstier than ever. Like, they're just gonna go burn his fucking house down if they find out.
I have a safe extra dimensional space I can possibly keep him in.
Okay.
That I will carry on my person.
He's like, okay. That doesn't change the fact that it still looks like the orcs skipped town. I mean, they're gonna burn that guy's whole life down.
He'd be with us, technically.
We could announce to them that he's under our custody and being kept in a... I will announce to them that I'm keeping him in a magical prison.
Okay. He's like, fuck, man, these are fucking simple people. I don't know if they're gonna go for it, but I can certainly rally them. We want to do like a town hall meeting.
Well, I would like to talk to the orc first, make sure he's okay with it, and we can do it as a spectacle, play into their ignorance and hatred, and then go find out exactly what's going on here, because we all don't think he did it.
He's like,
and if he did, then he won't be able to get away. And who's better to keep an eye on him than my friend? And he winks at the other two.
Roll me a persuasion check real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all for that. Oh, 13.
He's
I got a 4, but I have
no,
a plus
you're
9.
fine.
So it's just sad.
He says, I don't like it, man. He's like, I honestly don't know if he did it. What the fuck was that orc's name? Kronog? Yeah, Kronog. He's like, he's thinking, he's like, this isn't gonna go well. He's like, I guess I'll leave it up to him. If he's in, you can do it. If he's out,
Fine.
if he's out, good fucking luck.
Because I know how much you have on the line. If you can promise to keep a secret for me, I will share you how I am so fantastically magical.
He's like, I fucking, like, you don't have to give up your secrets. Like, it's fine. I brought you guys in for a reason. I trust you. He's like,
I serve an all-powerful genie. I carry his lamp, and my plan is to take, what was his name again?
the orc,
Yeah,
Kronog.
To take Kronog along with us within the genie's lamp with his permission. To travel with us safely on our trip.
He says, I mean, thanks. I get. He's like, if he's down for it, go for it. He's like, otherwise, I'm gonna offer him the option of staying in the prison, willingly, offering himself up, and I'm not hoping for another body, but if he's in custody, when another body shows up, at least it'll take some of the heat off of him. Might even clear his name entirely.
I just think if we're gone and he's in the prison, something's going to happen to him.
He's like,
these people aren't going to wait for an investigation. They want action.
You're not wrong, but it's the safest place he could be in. He's like, there's nowhere safer for that man, except for maybe your space you were speaking about. There's no place
that's the only reason I want to pitch it.
Yeah, no, that by all means.
But I want
pitch
you.
It. But
I just wanted to try to maybe gain some trust.
For sure. Yeah, no. I'm totally down with you pitching this to him. Yeah, for sure. Let's do it. He's like,
no. It's just wanted to take that extra step to make him more comfortable.
He's like, yeah, no problem.
So,
he's like, you offer yours, I'll offer mine. We'll let him make the decision. Shit, he may not want to do either. He may just want to survive his own.
We'll go pitch both those offers to Kronog.
Okay. You guys done here at the butcher?
Yeah.
Do you have anything else here, Best?
Nah, not much.
Okay. The sheriff's like, all right, old Duff. He's like, thanks for your time. He unlocks the door, flips the sign back up. He's like, yeah, I guess. I wish I could say it's been a pleasure, but who knows how much money I lost today. So thanks for that. And sheriff's like, yeah, I know. We're leaving. And he walks out. So he's like, all right. He's like, back over, and he starts heading towards Kronog's. And unless you guys got somewhere else you want to go, totally head there. And he knocks on the door, and Kronog's like, "You guys are back, huh? What's up?"
Hey, buddy.
Well, we think we have a possible lead. There could be some supernatural cave nearby that could be causing a lot of this. So we're going to investigate that. We also have a couple leads in town with some evidence, but not enough to lock anyone down. Unfortunately, there is still a group of people that are convinced that you did it. Though we don't believe that and we want to try to protect you, we have two options for you.
He says, hang on. before you go about these options, he's like, well, I'm not trying to be ungrateful. He's like, but why do you believe me? Why not them? Like, Sheriff, you don't know me from anyone. He's like, these guys, are you just letting them run the show? And the sheriff just kind of shrugs and he's like, you're right. I don't know you, but I don't make assumptions. So he's like, then he turns to the three. He's like, okay, so you three, why do you believe me? And before you guys answer, everybody roll me an insight check.
14.
Okay.
Oh, I have disadvantage. Oh, so that's a 13.
All right.
Not horrible. I'll take it.
So he's got this look on his face of like, you're getting the sense that he's like, nobody outside of orc tribes have ever really given him the benefit of the doubt. He's like, he's bordering on suspicious. Not that you guys have given him a ton of reason to be suspicious of you. You've treated him with respect, unless he was disrespectful first.
Yeah.
But he's kind of, he's cautious because he's unfamiliar with this kind of treatment. So he's like,
He's not used to being not persecuted.
right. He's like a beaten dog, right? Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you try and pet a beaten dog, it's not going to respond well at first. So he's like,
We don't judge you just because you're different.
he's like, yeah, that's.
Have you met me?
He's like, I appreciate that, but you also don't know me. Like, I'm not saying that this is the case, but like, it could have been me.
I've listened to your reasoning. I've listened to your story. And I've listened to their reasoning why it's not them. And their number one reasoning it's not them is because you are an outsider. They do not have a story. They do not have a real alibi for anywhere they've been. Any of the people who are rallying against you. So I think that it's a frame job, but I could be completely wrong. I could be misjudging you the whole time, but I'm trusting my gut as of right now. Now for Braddock, what is your motivation other than the fact that I'm the greatest detective and I'm probably right?
Yeah,
Can you
I
roll
agree
a
with you.
fucking Jeremy Yates confidence check on that one? Because we'll talk. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bob.
No, well, you haven't really given us a reason to be able to suspect you. Other than you just being yourself, there's no real reason that you would want to commit these murders. Yeah, I don't see a motive yet.
The Dark Prince has spoken.
Yeah. And it's not that I'm trusting you, it's more I'm trusting the facts.
So it's more of, I'm the lesser of two evils. Not that you're saying I'm evil, I understand that, but you believe it's not me because there's people you believe it more to be. Is that what I'm getting?
Pretty much.
There so far is no evidence against really anyone. And all the evidence I see against you is race hate.
He's like,
very little actual evidence outside of a boot print, which you do not seem to be missing one. And we've already established that.
missing, how could one miss a boot? It's not a possession. What?
We had a boot print. Like, that was our only evidence, was a boot print.
Right.
And
oh, you mean he's not missing a boot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, you can't fucking possess a boot print. How could he be missing?
No.
Okay. I misunderstood you. He's like, I appreciate that. He's like, so what's the plan? He's like,
we have two options because we think that there could be a mob at your door within hours, days, or whatever. We have to venture out to investigate this. We can either put you under protection of the sheriff's men here in town, or I can ask a friend of mine, and he looks at his lamp on his hip. If you can stay with him, I have a magical, nice plush little place you can stay with. Well, have you ever hung out with a genie before? He's got a pile of weed. I
Uh,
mean, but it's the safest place I can think of.
he's like, Sheriff, what do you think? He's like, I gotta be honest. He's like, I think if you let me take you in, people are gonna see. If nothing else, it'll calm the masses that you're in custody.
We could do this publicly either way.
He's like, he's like, and you see him thinking, and he's like, I do. He's like, if I go in publicly, you take me to the jail. It ought to calm the masses, right? Sheriff's like, that's what I'm thinking. You know, we make you do a perp walk. People, they may be shouting horrible things at you. They were going to do that anyway. He's like, yeah, you're not wrong. And he's like, but, you know, like I told these boys, he's like, if you're on the slam off for the night, God forbid another body turns up, pretty much clears your name, doesn't it? He's like, sounds about right to me. He's like, he looks at you, Ace, and he's like, do you have any? He's like, how is yours better?
Mine's better because if the town goes to the jail when we're gone and tries to burn it down with you in it, you're not here in town for them to burn you down. That's what I'm concerned about.
It's also better because whoever is killing these people, if they see you in jail, they may not want to kill again, because it would prove that you're innocent. But if you're in our custody,
because if we believe it is a frame job,
yeah.
Right.
If you're in our custody, that they don't know that, they would kill again, but we would know you're clear.
So I really like that point.
That is a good point. I wasn't thinking it.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you both. You guys, whoever's got the highest persuasion skill, roll
Plus
with
9.
Roll, yeah, okay. Roll with advantage, and I'm gonna have the sheriff roll.
Oh man, 18.
18.
19.
And what'd you get, Boz?
19.
Okay.
With a +2.
All right.
And one roll. He kicked my ass.
So the sheriff got a 22.
Oh, fuck.
He's like, boys, I really appreciate what you've done for me. He's like, but I think, and he's like going back and forth in his head. He's like, I'm gonna trust the sheriff. He's like, no.
What if I cast a spell? Command.
What? Read me command.
That's a single word command.
Yeah.
Like bow, bend the knee. You're not going to get him to actually
Genie.
do what you want.
I mean,
I
like,
say.
yeah, it's
But you can get him to like drop his. You can get him to bend down and bow to you.
right.
It's basic
It's yeah.
one word commands.
It also lasts 6 seconds.
Mhm.
So, like, after 6 seconds, he's gonna snap back out of it.
True, but he would be in a magical place with a fuck ton of weed.
I have suggestion, and I could get him in the lamp, but I don't. I want this to be his decision.
Fair.
He's like,
And if he dies on his own volition and his decision, then that's
right,
not something.
That's not on you, then.
That's not something we forced on him. This has to be your decision to make, and if you think that is best for you, you want to put yourself. You're okay with putting yourself in that position. That is fine with me.
He's like,
I just wanted you to have a less dangerous option.
He's like, I appreciate that. He's like, I just think that I think this just clears my name better, you know?
And I understand that.
He's like, make it public. Fuck it. He's like, fuck these people. He's like, they think I'm a criminal. Let's let them treat me like a criminal. And then when they're wrong, I will go kill 1 million crows for all of them to eat. He's like, and then I'm going to dunk both my balls in all their mouths. And the sheriff's like, The sheriff starts cracking up. He's like,
Fuck that. We'll dunk it in tea that they'll have to drink every day for the rest of their lives.
the sheriff's
Make
like,
them some ball soup.
the sheriff's like starts laughing. He's like, I know that I'm supposed to like defend the town, but like, at least that mob, they certainly have all of that coming to them. He's like,
Yes, we're not talking about the good, cool people in town like you, Sheriff.
yeah, well, thanks, I guess.
No
Just
balls
the
in your
fuck
teeth.
faces.
Sure, no, I appreciate that. He's like, I don't feel the best about myself, but thanks, I appreciate it. And he's like, well, Chronog, do you mind if, boys, where are you sleeping tonight? You have plans to sleep anywhere?
I figured we'd be heading north. It's probably like, what, 3 in the afternoon? 2?
He says,
Unless you
yeah.
want it to be later.
He says, I could, yeah, it's probably like getting close-ish to dinner time. He's like,
How many
like-
days is it
huh?
to get to the cave?
Oh, it's probably like a mile.
Okay,
It's not very
yeah.
far. He's like,
Let's go to the cave.
he's like, okay, he's like, hang on. He's like, I'd really like to do, he's like, so here's what, I'm just going to do this out of character. He's like, do you guys want to do the perp walk thing before you head to the cave? Or do you
Yeah.
not give a shit?
Yeah, we can do the perp walk thing, go
Okay.
to the cave, and then that way he's in custody and safe while we're at the cave.
Okay, cool. So, the sheriff's like, all right, here's the
Because
thing.
it'll only be like 4 o'clock by the time we get there.
He's like, I don't want to put this off any longer than we have to, right? He's like, but about this time, some people start clearing out of town. He peeks outside, looks at the sun. He's like, what do you say we do this perp walk first thing in the morning, and then I take you guys up to the cave when it's not fucking really, really creepy. You can save an insight roll. The sheriff
He's
is
just
fucking
scared.
creeped out by the cave.
There's nothing to worry about, Sheriff. We'll have this taken care of lickety split. Let's go check out the extra dimensional space in your forest.
He says,
Plus, I don't know if you know this, but my friend here, Ace, is a badass.
yeah.
Yes, I am. And is there where are we at? We're out at Chronog's, right? Is there
Yeah.
a tree nearby?
Sure.
I want to fucking unload 4 blast into it,
Sure.
dead on.
Yeah. No, yeah, you crush it. You don't even have to roll to hit. It's a fucking tree.
Yeah.
And you fucking bust it open. It's almost as bad as if a thing got fucking struck by lightning when trees explode when that happens.
Yeah.
He's like, right. He's like, that's fun. He's like, so are you guys wanting to do the perp walk now and go to the cave right now?
We were kind of wanting to get it out of the way, but if you don't want to do it yet, then we'll wait.
Do we
What-
have
we
to
can
be
wait till
present?
morning.
What
Do
he's
we have to
saying
be
is,
present for the perp walk?
do you guys?
He's wanting to give it a night to make sure he's clear.
What he's wanting to
And-
do is put more eyes on the most eyes on this thing as possible, right?
Yeah.
He wants to fucking make it like not a media circus kind of thing, but like the more people that see Chronog come in, the better it is for you, for him, for the town.
So
That's the
do
point
we-
I'm not making all that well.
Well, I mean,
yeah, then
it's
we
a
do
small
both
town, though.
plans. Then we do both plans.
Okay.
We do the cave today. We put Chronog in the lamp and do the cave now. And then when we come back in the morning, we do the perp walk.
Okay.
We get all our evidence in one day.
Okay.
I mean, if you just want us to wait till the morning because you got something there, but if we were trying to get it in as quick as possible,
No,
That's how we
just,
fit it in.
Just roll me a persuasion roll on the
Sick.
sheriff.
What I was asking earlier was, could the sheriff go by himself on the perp walk, and we go by ourselves to the cave?
Yeah, the
Since
sheriff
he's-
can totally take him in on his own. He would
we don't
like
need
you
the
guys to go
sheriff.
there with him.
And he doesn't even want to go to the cave anyway.
No, he doesn't. He can
Well, yeah,
he
we
can
can go
he can
without
give
it.
you an idea of where it is,
yeah.
but yeah.
You hang out here, chill with him at his house. We'll go check out the cave, and then
Okay.
we'll be back before like near the end of nightfall, and then when we get back, we'll watch him for the evening. You can go get rest at your place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
And then we
he's
do
like,
the perp walk in the morning.
he's like, okay. And he
Yeah.
so he's like, all right. So, and he like kind of like draws you like a map, right? And he like puts some like landmarks that you guys have been to, like the temple, the butcher, the magic shop, Otto's place, right? He draws like the town, and then he's like, he gives you a very crude map of how to get to the cave.
Okay.
He's like, all right, yeah, I'll hang out here, and you know, I'll hold down the fort.
We're off.
All right, see you guys in a few hours.
Right, Your Majesty?
Absolutely, Ace.
All right, so you guys travel. So it takes you about, I don't know, how long does it take to walk a mile? Probably like 20 minutes ish.
Yeah, if that.
Something like that. So you guys get out there, and guess what? You find
Let
a
me show you.
big ass creepy cave.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
All right.
Does anybody have to pee or anything? Otherwise, I was just gonna keep going.
I can pee.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll
same.
be right back.
All right. So, you guys, you walk, and like I said, guess what? You find a big fucking hole in the side of a pretty big hill. Not a mountain, but it's a cave, and you hear wind whipping in and out of the cave, and it's the way the wind is hitting the rocks, bouncing off of things. It sounds like a person wailing. Just, it's very creepy. Ominous voices is what it sounds like. We heading in?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. So you go in. You get about, I don't know, 50 feet in. It starts to get darker. You guys doing anything about light?
Yes, of course.
I
I
can't see.
Sure.
I'll light a torch.
Okay.
Well, I can cast.
And press the
I can
the
cast a
torch.
light.
Oh, you have light?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm a light bearer.
Here, light up my wand.
Cool. So you light up the wand.
You need to phrase things better.
The what?
You need to phrase things better, Ace.
Hey.
What
suck
does that
my
mean?
dick.
You in the bedroom talk earlier.
So you
You don't like the boudoir? I love a good boudoir.
I feel like Ace thinks a boudoir is the fucking a bidet.
It's a bra.
Right,
Obviously.
everything is bras. So you light up his wand,
Boudoir, bustier, come on.
and you guys start walking. And I'd say you walk probably another, let's say like 100 yards, and you see a dead fucking end.
A dead what?
A dead end. You've seen no branch offs, and you see a dead end
In this cave?
in this cave. So you're, I don't know, 150 yards in, and it's been a fucking rock tunnel. And then at that moment, you see Ace. Your fucking head shoots back. Your eyes roll back in your head. And Milo comes off of your shoulders. Also, you, Ace, in the body, you would know you can't see and you can't hear. Milo comes off your shoulders, gets bigger, and he's now in the shape of a young white dragon in front of Braddock and Nitsua. And out of him comes a voice that sounds familiar yet different. And it says, "So, you found another stop, huh?" that's fucking cute. She's like it's a female voice. It says, "The last one didn't prove to be as difficult. We've dealt with that. Mr. Langley proved to be more helpful than he ever knew possible. Good fucking luck with this one." And Ace, your head snaps back. You regain consciousness. And
What was that?
Milo's still in front of you, still as a young white dragon. That's what you fought, I believe, the last time.
Ace's wand up.
Yeah.
Braddock, what's going on?
He said, and he says, "Oh, yeah, welcome back." And you hear the voice go, "I'll be taking this," and Milo vanishes.
What?
Where the fuck did he go?
That?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bangkok has him now.
So you're standing in a cave. Also, as soon
him back.
As soon as you hear the words, "I'll be taking this," the light. Here's what happens: the light goes out on the wand, right? And Braddock, you can see, because you have dark vision, that Milo's not there. Now you can go ahead and relight stuff if you so choose to, or Ace, you can light a torch, whatever. But I figure one way or another, you guys get some light back, and Milo's gone.
Where'd he go? I have to call him back.
What you see in front of you is now open. There's an opening now.
Ooh.
And we can do this. There we go.
There's no doors for you to kick open, Ace, but if you want, we can go through.
John, I just got a message from Tanky that says, "Fucking Christ, Pike is the MVP, bro." Anyway, so yeah, you were in a tunnel.
She's pretty awesome.
It was a dead end. You had a dragon. It's not there anymore.
Can he attempt to we
Resummon?
wouldn't even have the stuff to light a fire.
Oh, you want to light
do
a
the
fire?
summoning.
You got like flint and tinder, right?
Do I have? Well, I can start a fire with magic, no problem. But do I have like the kindling to burn a brazier, or can I burn a brazier with a torch?
Well, I figure you've got stuff to start. Aren't the braziers magical?
You could say that I have a magical brazier.
You can start the fire.
Okay.
You
want to give me a magical brazier that just always works?
I don't really
no
have a fucking.
I don't
so
care.
here's my thought process, right? If you have this brazier that you know you need to light to summon your familiar, I feel like you're gonna keep some kindling.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't make any sense in my head for you not to do that. So you light this fire to get Milo back, and he doesn't come back. Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. $11.
Okay, so you can feel Milo. Yeah, I know we talked about this, and you said that as long as he's on the same plane, you can command him and sense him, right? And all you.
Yeah, but if I resummon him, wherever he's at, he comes to me.
Right. Yeah. He says you can.
Like that's
feel,
how the spell works.
Right.
So that's what I'm confused with.
Yeah, I know, and I know we talked about this. You feel him trying to come to you, and it's just not happening.
Okay.
You can feel him. It's like you can see his like essence, right, coming, and then it gets yanked back.
Okay.
Do you want to try again?
To summon him again?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how long are these guys gonna sit here and let me? Because he'll keep trying.
I mean, that's up to them.
But it takes 10 minutes each time.
It's fucking 10 minutes. Do you guys?
Yeah.
Well, he can. You try and summon your dragon, and we'll just do a little bit more exhaustive.
Yeah. Well, I feel like every time he does, he tries and it doesn't work, he's gonna get a little more frantic.
He's gonna
Milo.
get a little more frantic.
Yeah. Like in Milo, come on. Like as he's trying to cast it. Speak to me. Come to me. What is this nonsense?
So you hear you're doing this, and you get that fucking same like the essence is coming to you, and it's like, and then you get like a feeling, right? And it's like here I come, here I come, here I come, here I come, and it gets fucking yanked. It's closer. It's getting closer and closer, and let's say you just try it one more time, and finally on the third try, he fucking pops up, and he's back, and he looks the same. And what you,
Milo.
I
What
imagine
happened?
you can like go through his memories,
Well, he can show me images.
right? So he starts
Yeah.
showing you
He
images.
speaks telepathically.
He starts showing you images of where he was, and he's on a platform, and it's very much like when Frodo puts on the ring, right? Like there's like shadows spinning around him. He's fucking terrified. And finally, like he sees like a rift tear open, and it's like white light coming through, and he like darts for it, and then that's where he shows back up. And you get this fucking sense in your head, right, of he was fucking terrified, and like don't ever let me go back there ever again. And now you guys have a cave in front of you. Now,
Well,
what's up?
none of this is right. I don't know what. She should not be capable of this. This is not within the laws of magic. I don't know what foolishness she is bringing forth, but she may be much more powerful than we believe. Milo's been pulled through some plane of shadow. Or plateau, breathed in shadow. I'm not exactly sure. It's very confusing. Weird imagery.
Well, if you're confused by this, then I'm sure no one would be able to figure it out. I think we definitely need to investigate this cave to figure out what's going on.
Her arcane power, unfortunately, as much as I hate to admit this, intimidates me quite a lot.
Everybody roll me a perception check after Ace says that.
Including Ace?
Yeah.
19.
All right.
9.
Austin, you got anything?
2 million.
All right, cool. Braddock, you for sure hear this. Austin, you think you hear this, but you're not sure. Ace, you don't hear this. You feel some wind whip through you, and when Ace says something like, what did you said something like her arcane power greatly exceeds mine or whatever.
Greatly intimidates me.
Oh, okay. Braddock, you hear on the wind, you just hear and then it goes away as quickly as it came.
Nice.
And all of this wind is now, you can feel it's now coming through, like coming at you. And it's not like strong enough to blow you around.
Yeah.
You know, if you shot an arrow through it, it's not going to affect you mechanically, but it's there.
Well, this is the second time in Ace's mind that she's ripped his power away. Because she's taken his familiar, she's taken his lamp.
All
Like,
right.
she hasn't, like, taken it away, but, like, this one felt a lot more real to him. Because he's like, this is not how this should work.
Right.
I call him and he comes to me.
Right.
Always. No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I call him and he comes to me. If he's across the room and I need to get him through the wall, I can do the spell and he'll no longer be trapped in that freaking tunnel under the fucking avalanche.
And even if she somehow pulled him to like the plane of fire,
yeah,
you should be able to summon a different one.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. That's why. That's why he's like. This does not work. She's manipulating the laws of magic. That's fucking scary.
I'll tell you what, boys. I want to stop here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, no, that just means that we're about to get into some.
Right.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
stop here.
I want to get into.
No, we're gonna stop here.
John wants to rush in and put a dick in.